Hey, and welcome to the Explainer. Today we are going to break down the 12 principles that are really the DNA of any successful project, and they come straight from the project management body of knowledge. So let's jump right in. All right, so first things first, let's bust a myth right out of the gate. When you hear project management, do you immediately picture a bunch of complicated charts, endless checklists, and super strict rules? A lot of people do. But what if that's not really what it's all about? So here's the big idea we're diving into. Truly effective project management isn't like a detailed map that gives you a fixed, turn-by-turn route. It's much more like a compass, a set of guiding principles that helps you find your way no matter what the terrain looks like. And this really gets to the heart of the matter. A prescriptive rule like that map tells you exactly what to do. No thinking required. But a guiding principle like our compass, it just gives you a direction. It empowers you and your team to make smart decisions based on the situation you're actually in. It's all about being flexible, not rigid. And this whole compass idea, it's not just floating in space. It's built on a bedrock of ethics. These 12 principles are deeply connected to these 4 core values that the global project management community has identified. So this isn't just about what you do, it's about how you do it. Okay, so let's get into the first set of principles, and it's no surprise that they start with the most important and, let's be honest, the most complicated part of any project, the people. First up, we have stewardship. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, it's about more than just managing a to-do list. It means you've been entrusted with the project, its resources, its people, and its impact on the world, both inside and outside of your organization. And stewardship really breaks down into these 4 key duties. You've got integrity and honesty, which is how you build trust. You've got care, which means you treat the project's assets like they're your own. Trustworthiness is about being straight with people about your role. And of course, compliance is about playing by the rules. It's the whole package. All right, next we have collaboration. And this is so fundamental, right? Because projects aren't a solo sport. They're delivered by teams. Your job is to create an environment where everyone feels they can share their unique skills and perspectives. That's how a team becomes something much greater than just a group of individuals. But that team isn't just an island. You've got to effectively engage with all your stakeholders, and that means anyone who can affect the project or who is affected by it. Their ideas, their concerns, their influence, all of that is absolutely critical to getting to a successful outcome. And this brings us to a really key distinction, something people mix up all the time. Authority versus leadership. See, your job title might give you authority, but leadership is something totally different. It's a behavior. It's about influencing and motivating people. And the most important part? Anyone on the team can be a leader. All right, so we've got our people-focused mindset down. Now let's shift gears and talk about the principles that guide the actual work of the project, making sure we're always focused on what really matters. And this one, honestly, this might be the most important one of them all. Always, always focus on value. Think about it. A project isn't a success just because it was on time and on budget. It's a success if it actually delivers something useful and important to the customer. Value is the ultimate North Star. Okay, next up is a big one, systems thinking. The idea here is that no project is an island. It's a whole system of moving parts, and that system lives inside even bigger systems, like your company or the market. A little change in one spot can create huge ripple effects somewhere else. You've got to see the whole board. I love this quote. It sounds so simple, right? Each project is unique. But it's actually incredibly powerful. Because if every project is different, with a different team, different goals, different context, then you can't just use a cookie-cutter approach. You have to tailor what you do to fit the specific needs of this project right now. And of course, we have to talk about quality, but not as an afterthought, not something you just check for at the end. It's about building quality into the very fabric of the project. And quality has a lot of dimensions, right? Like, does it perform well? Is it reliable? Is it sustainable in the long run? It's a much bigger idea than just no bugs. Okay, so you can have the best team, the smartest plan, but we all know that's when the real world loves to throw a curveball. So this final set of principles is all about how you navigate the chaos and uncertainty that is, let's face it, pretty much inevitable. First, we have to talk about navigating complexity. And look, complex isn't just a fancy word for complicated. Complicated is like a car engine, lots of parts, but it's predictable. Complex is like traffic.
It's unpredictable because of how all the individual parts interact. You can't control it, but you can learn to navigate it.
So, how do you deal with all that uncertainty? A big part of it is how you think about risk. And here's a mind-blowing shift for some folks. Risk isn't always bad. You have threats, sure, the negative stuff you want to avoid, but you also have opportunities, positive risks that can pop up. The goal is to play both defense and offense. But to do that, your team needs to know where the guardrails are. What's the organization's appetite for risk? That's where a risk threshold comes in. It gives the team clear boundaries. Like, hey, we can handle a 5% swing on the budget, but anything more than that, and we need to talk.
And to survive in that uncertain world, you need these two superpowers: adaptability and resiliency. Adaptability is about being able to pivot when things change. Resiliency is about being able to take a punch, get back up, and learn from it. You absolutely need both.
And for our last principle, just remember this: every single project is an agent of change. It's creating something new. So your job doesn't end when you deliver the thing. You also have to help people make the transition to adapt to and embrace the new reality you've created. Okay, so we've covered a lot, 12 different principles. How do you actually bring this all together in the real world? Well, let's circle back to that idea of the compass. Because here's the real takeaway from all of this. These principles, they're not a checklist. You don't just tick them off and say, done. They're a mindset. They are a compass that you and your team can use every single day to stay oriented, make better decisions, and navigate your way toward delivering real, meaningful value. And what's so powerful here is that you don't have to be a project manager with a capital P and a capital M to use this stuff. Whether you're running a huge program or just trying to organize a family trip, these ideas work. So I'll leave you with this question. Looking at this compass, which one of these principles jumps out at you? Which one could you start using tomorrow to make a real difference in how you work?